Okay, cool. Good morning, and welcome to Morning Mindset. My name is Michelle Dale, coming to you from inside Virtual CoWorking Space, and we today have our Oracle card messages. So if you're not aware, this is a place where we help virtual assistants to level up in their business, lifestyle, and mindset. And all this week, we have been discussing about taking a break, about letting go, about letting things be, and seeing basically that if you have been trying too hard and struggling too much, or you're kind of taking yourself down the rocky road of frustration and anxiety and stress and things like that, which is not going to serve you well. So we talked a little bit this week about techniques that you can use to kind of pull yourself out of that. And again, everything is coming from within you, as it always is. So this is why we help you here to kind of deal with that and manage that. Right, we are doing Oracle cards today. So as usual, I will explain how this works. We've got 3 decks of Oracle cards. We do 1, 2, and 3. We do them in different order every week. And you basically pick a number that is resonating with you right now, or it can be more than one number. So if you feel like you are a 1 or 2 or a 3 like Nikki is this morning in the chat, then you can kind of pull yourself and listen to the messages within. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. And like I say, if there is more than one card that you're feeling drawn to, then let me know. And whoever is a 3, you might also want to listen to 1, 2, and I'll tell you in a second why. Okay, we're just going to do the last set of cards, and then we'll start the reading. Somebody asked me the other day, all your readings positive? And it's funny because I'll tell you a little bit about card readings. Card readings are generally a reflection on what is going on within you. So the messages that come out are just messages from your higher self, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, as to what they feel, or what it feels, or what out there feels you need to be told, because you're just not quite getting the message yourself, or it's more of like a confirmation as well. If you've been thinking about something or something's been going on in your world, this can sometimes work as a confirmation, it can work as a message, it can work as some guidance, some advice, all that good stuff. So number 1, we have I have control over the thoughts I think. Now, the reason I also suggested, you probably can't see it very well, but there is numbers on the top of these cards, and there's the 33 on there. So there's the 333 pattern going on in here, and basically I have control over the thoughts I think. Now, if you look at this, she has a key, and she's looking at the key, and like what this I think symbolically means in this particular reading for the message for you is that you have to understand that you are the key to everything in your world. You are the key. You are the thing that opens up those things. Nothing outside of you is about things happening to you. It's all happening from you. And we've talked about this before. I have control over the thoughts I think. Since you have control over what thoughts you offer, what could be more than just the powerful law of attraction, responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration? Once you gain control over the thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside and will be replaced with the exuberance for life and the zest to create that you were born with. Let everything in the universe be an example to you on the way the law of the universe works. Now, this is interesting that this came up this week, because when I read that, to anybody who is in that state of the topic we've been talking about, like I need to take a break, it feels like a lot of hard work when you're having a lot of negative thoughts to suddenly think, oh, I've got to think positive. It feels exhausting sometimes. Like, you know, like I know, like this is happening to me, and somehow I have to pull myself out of it with my thoughts. Well, actually, you don't, and you don't even have to pull yourself out of it with your feelings. The only thing you have to tell yourself is that you do not identify with the thoughts that you're thinking. You do not identify with the things that you're feeling. Okay, so this is, you know, right to a certain extent, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult for people to do that. We've talked about this week when things go wrong. You know, sometimes, you know, we'll go along manifesting and life will be good, and then something will happen and we'll be set back, for example, you know, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. The message for you this week is very clear. It is a message of you do not have to feel anything different. You do not have to even think anything different, but you have to identify as somebody different from your problems. You have to identify as somebody different from the undesirable circumstances that are happening in your life, as in, those things don't happen to me anymore. This must be a glitch. This must be, you know, something out there. It's going to be fine. Just do not identify with the problem. Don't put yourself in the I am of the problem. I'm this, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm unloved, I'm hard done by. Whatever it is that I am is telling you, you've got to shift the identity out of that I am. You know, I am not identifying with my problem. This is not something that I am. I am not the problem. The problem is a circumstance which, when I no longer identify with that circumstance, everything will be fine. So tell yourself a different story. We talk about this a lot. That was card number 1. Card number 2, you need, again, we've got this take a break energy. You need some space. Like, definitely a strong clear the mental clutter, and we talked about this as well this week. It's so funny how these readings always seem to resonate with things that we've talked about, because obviously if you're watching this now, maybe your mind has been resting on these ideas and resting on these topics, but you need to give yourself some space. May your heart and your scope expand. There's emptiness there, but is there? There's something in there, you know, like that you want to be there. There is a cloud. There is something that's going to help you looking at this space and help you to look up. You need to start looking up. You need to start looking up, and, you know, as in going to your higher self, dreaming, imagining, thinking about life as you want it. That's the message to you, is to give yourself space. Stay out of the clutter of life. Stay out of the clutter of your environment, the people around you, the tasks, the jobs, the to-do list, everything like that. Take a break this weekend for sure. On the take a break theme again, and give yourself some space and start to look up. You are being called. If you're number 2, you are being called by your higher self to communicate. There is a really great higher self meditation that I've done. I think it's in Virtual CoWorking Space, but it's definitely in the One Sourcing Mastery, the higher self meditation. You are being called to listen to that meditation and connect with your higher self, because your higher self wants to talk to you and has a message for you. The second thing, number 3, interesting, true love is without condition. Now, this is interesting because I feel like, yes, this could be true love between, you know, love between placing conditions on a relationship in your life, whether that be a client or a boss or a husband or a wife or something like that. But true love without condition is more about, I feel it's a message that you are being sent for yourself, that you are placing conditions on whether you're willing to give to yourself, and those conditions need lifting, because any conditions that you place on yourself, what am I talking about here? Oh, when I am this weight, I will go out and treat myself to something nice. When I've done this work, then I will give myself a break. When I've done this, it's like almost like dangling the carrot in front of yourself constantly to push yourself harder and to make yourself go further. And the message for you is stop dangling the carrot. You do not need to incentivize yourself to work harder or do more or get to a certain level or a certain place before you can start giving back to yourself. The message is very clear. Remove all those conditions and start to just give to yourself without anything in return. You do not have to earn or earn your reward when it's within yourself. So if you are somebody, I get the sense that maybe there's a little bit of guilt. If there's somebody with a little bit of guilt, like I really want to just kind of sit back and do this meditation, but I need to go and do the dishes, so I'll prioritize that first and then I'll do the meditation. That's the kind of thing that this message is about. It's about not prioritizing yourself, and therefore the message is the things that you truly want are not going to come unless you start to do that. The message is you've got to love yourself without condition. You've got to start prioritizing yourself over the dishes and the laundry and running some errands and things like that, and start giving more to yourself, because the more you give to yourself, the more you will be able to then give outwards as well, but from a much happier place, not from a place of discontentment. Okay, those are the messages today. I hope you found those helpful, and now we will get into our accountability. So don't forget, Sunday, October 20th is our Master the Art of Claiming Clients workshop. We'll be starting that on Sunday. I have just put out an offer on my email, and I'll be making a video and uploading it to YouTube shortly on something phenomenal if you are starting out as a virtual assistant and getting, in the throes of the beginning stages. There's something special coming for you on this, and I will also link that below in the comments. So yeah, hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll be back here on Sunday starting our Master the Art of Claiming Clients workshop. We'll cover this a little bit in morning mindset, but in the meantime, have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead. Take those messages on board, and we will now do our daily accountability. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.
Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual CoWorking Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before. Thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.